And I certainly respect a great human rights attorney, right? There's no reason I would doubt about a great lawyer that always righteous and stand up for the persecuted Falun Dafa practitioners. And he talks about, how he support Falun Dafa practitioners. His picture, his, interview is always published, right? So I said, thank you so very much, but I have no money to pay you. Okay, no problem. I volunteer. Okay, so this is really great. Okay, so he did it. He went to the court and he claimed to be representing me. Okay, so then eventually he wrote a motion and he thoroughly explained all that was happening in that house and the request for dismiss the case, right?
Yeah.
I was so moved by his goodness. So I said, good, everything is cool. I'm taking a business trip now to Seattle, Washington to try to claim my research laboratory back, right? Now I have the energy to go now claim my research lab back so that we can work together. So I was in Seattle, Washington, and then the attorney says, very important day now, I'm going to court. I said, I'm coming back if I need to be present, right? No, you don't need to come back. I can handle it, right? So I didn't come back. And then immediately the day that he goes to the court, I kept my phone always on. Okay, I didn't call him because I don't want to bother him, right? So the following day, I politely called him. I said, Attorney Ning, how did the court go? He said, well, I tried to call you, but I'm sure you were busy. You were probably still asleep in the morning because I usually work throughout the nighttime, right? He said, you didn't answer the call, so, we have won, he said, right? Okay, I said, what do you mean we have won? I mean, I was surprised, right?
Right.
So I said, what do you mean we have won? Well, I slapped the face of the owner's attorney because they had procedure problems. They wanted to make corrections of this procedure problems. So I said, Attorney Ning, explain to me what is the procedure problems, right? He didn't explain to me that day. And then he went on, he said, you know what, I'm just telling you, if you insist on wanting them to dismiss the case, it's not going to happen. I think the only way we can do is to try to just get out of the whole legal case and move on with more important matters. So I entered into a stipulation with them to agree that you will move out from that place.
Right.
And I got you $6,000 that they will pay you for you to move out. Okay. I said, but Attorney Ning, the very reason I asked you to be present in the court is to dismiss the case because the whole case is all lies. Do you know this is about my reputation? If they lie and accuse me of not paying the rent, that's why they are kicking me out. When that case is published, I'm a public figure and everybody can go check it on the court record, right? The CCP government always make trouble to me. They have all the spies and agents in America try to make trouble for me. Okay.
Wow.
So if this is published saying that the Whole Elephant Institute, Dr. Lotus King Wise, DBA the Whole Elephant, number one, basically I am going to lose total trust from all my team members, correct?
Okay.
I pretend to take over the Whole Elephant Institute's credit and become my own personal DBA company. That's absolutely outrageously called embezzlement. Using, I don't know what's going to be the name and the crime that I have committed against the Whole Elephant as a president. You know what I mean? This is dangerous stuff.
It is.
And so when Attorney Ning entered into a stipulation in my absence against my instruction, he also committed malpractice. He also committed legal malpractice because you cannot enter into a stipulation when your client is not present and give you totally different instruction about dismissing the case. You know what I mean?
Right. Mm-hmm.
So Attorney Ning Ye also going to be, in God's eyes, he committed a legal malpractice. So I told Attorney Ning Ye, I said, wait, I'm coming back to New York and I'm going to have to immediately rectify this mistake, right?
Of course. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I very quickly returned to New York and leaving my office behind, which was also under emergency because even when I was renting my office in Seattle, I was subjected to the CCP controlled business people's harassment and even stealing, So it was all everywhere I go. As long as I, am upfront that saying I am a Falun Dafa practitioner, I'm a persecuted scholar, and these days in Washington State, Seattle, many big buildings, the boss actually on the surface is American, but behind the money is from China. So that's what I was even encountering problems in Seattle. I came right back and I went to the court immediately to do show cause, right? And I put in the show cause, I give all the details of my communication with Attorney Ning Ye to let the court know that this is a wrong stipulation, needs to be terminated, right? Attorney Ning Ye was very upset with me, saying that, well, I did so much things good for you. I got you $6,000. You have enough money to relocate anywhere you want with that $6,000. And why you don't accept it and you want to make more trouble. I'm not your attorney anymore, he says, right? So he basically quit doing anything for me. And I had to go to the court myself. But he was still listed as my attorney, you see? So I was in big trouble because I had no position to do anything in the court at the time because of Attorney Ning Ye's still listed as my attorney. I filed the show cause paper. The judge gave me the opportunity to go to the court. Even if I went to that show cause, I'm sure it would be dismissed because the judge will realize that I had an attorney. And then the attorney needs to be there, and the attorney already quit and refused to answer all my phone calls. I could not find him, right? So in any case, basically that show cause, the day I went to the court, the landlord's attorney didn't show up. On the day of the show cause, I went there. My attorney didn't show up. The landlord attorney also didn't show up. Both failed to show up, right?
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Then they basically say, both didn't. They don't say this. Okay, if both didn't show up, then you win because they were absent. Therefore. The case is dismissed or something like that, right? No, the judge doesn't do that because the judge works with attorneys, right? So the judge said, change dates. Fine. I said, change dates, okay? So basically a new date was given to me. Now, on that date, I woke up with a sore throat. I thought I'm going to inform the court that I need to ask for delay, right? I had a sore throat. Those were the sensitive time when, the COVID stuff, right? Okay.
Right.
So I thought I'm not going to risk anybody there. You see, I don't know what's really going on, but my sore throat, I'm not going. I'm going to change time, right? So I called the court. And the clerk says, basically say, okay, I basically called, I said, I cannot make it. Okay. So the clerk says, why you cannot make it? I said, I just have business, I said. I didn't say I have a sore throat. I said I have business to do today, right? I just cannot make it, which is not a lie. Because that day, my whole day was so packed with many other, responsibilities that I truly, in every regard, shall not go there waste my any minute as a leader. And in my heart, I truly felt that there is no position for me there. It's supposed to be the lawyers, right, show up. And I also know my lawyer was not showing up. So with all those complications, I basically said that, I just cannot make it. And then I continue with this case is so ridiculous. Everything is wrong. I don't even think that I have a position to go there.
Right.
So I tell the truth, right, to the clerk. The clerk said, okay, if that's what you think, I will just put it in there, okay? So that's pretty much what happened for that show cause. And then I decided to wait for the court to send me a notification stating that your next time of hearing is this date, right? Because it was postponed last time. So if they could not make it, could it be postponed? Then if I cannot make it, I should also have the right to be postponed, right? So
Right.
I was just waiting for the notice. So waited. Nothing happened. Absolutely nothing happened. So I thought, oh my God, the case got it dismissed, right? So I thought, good, my show cause, the judge sees it's so ridiculous, definitely got it dismissed, right? I was happy. So, and the attorney Ning refused to answer my phone, so I had no interaction with him, So then life moved on. So I was doing all my important work, every day. And the family doesn't seem to have any response. No activity either. So even more convinced that I know the case got dismissed, right? So I started to really work nice with the family and helping, to communicate with them. But they were all very kind of like silent. And they say, we don't want to hear anything you say to us. Just don't talk to us, right? Okay. I thought, that's fine. You don't want me to talk? I don't talk. I go to my office and I do my work. I'm too busy anyway. So this continued all nice and peaceful and no interaction whatsoever. The grandma continuously show her, harassment in a hidden way. She dump garbage onto my food. She put hair into my food refrigerator. She make dirty cloths by my just newly washed clothes. You know what I mean? When I was meditating, she would come over and curse with like terrible, horrible words that people usually cannot tolerate, right? So I don't say anything to her. I consider that, she's excused as my old reason. She's excused. I'm not going to bring it up to anybody because they don't want me to talk, and I'm just going to be good, right? So continued, all good. So then on May 28th, I wake up. The grandma this time is not just hidden. Now she's bluntly doing something now. She started to curse in front of my office, right?
Wow.
She started to curse and she started to make false allegation as well, openly. She said the way she goes like this was that dead crazy woman has caused the bathroom sink to unable to let the water go down, right? So she was loudly talking to everybody in the house like that. I just finished the whole day of overnight online education. Usually I had to just work through the night, and then in the morning when they are all try to do, busy activities, this and that, in order to hide in my room, I decided that I eat during the night, work during the night, and that's my night shift. And daytime, when they potentially can harass me, I just sleep through it, right? So I was ready to wrap up, eat some food, and I never go to the kitchen because I no longer had access to it because she was a bully. So I hid in my little room. I had my little rice cook and another rice cook for soup, and I minimized all interactions with that family. I stay in my room. So then when I heard those harassment, false allegation, whatever, I was totally peaceful. I said nothing. Pretend I didn't hear it. So I was ready to sleep. And she kept on going. I could not sleep. So I thought, wow, this is not good because tonight I have my lectures. And I cannot be, not sleep. And I will make mistakes in my lectures, online education lectures. So it's no good. I have lots of friends. So I thought I'm going to go outside meditating. So I went outside. I meditated for an hour, right? After finishing 1 hour meditation, I entered the home. Okay.